This is how to make quality, effective hair shampoo for hair treatment and hair growth. And it is super effective. You can make this for commercial purpose and for personal use. So if you're interested, just watch this video to the end. Now, without wasting much of your time, let's get down to business.
Welcome to the Naturally Gifty Vibe, trainer of thousands of smart entrepreneurs across the globe. From learning to create quality cleaning products, to building your brand, growing your business, and living your best DIY lifestyle. This is your calm corner for skills, beauty, health, and income. Welcome to the Naturally Gifty Vibe.
Hi friend, how are you doing? Yes, I missed you too. You guys, I don't want to apologize. I don't want to apologize because I know I promised you guys that I'll be very consistent this year. But you know, life happens and I'm trying not to apologize because I think the more I apologize, the more I keep doing it. But I promise you it's not intentional. I'm trying very hard to be consistent. But anyways, but let's just dive into the business. So in this video today, I'll be teaching how to make quality organic hair shampoo for hair treatment and hair growth. And to make this, here are all the requirements. So you start by getting water, and for the water, I recommend you using distilled water. But if you don't have distilled water, you can just use any treated water, and I'll be using seaway water for this. Now, after getting your water, we'll be needing 3 liters of water. Now measure the 3 liters of water and then get the next ingredient. Now for the next ingredient, I have clove powder. Now for this clove powder, you can either use clove powder or clove seed. Now if you're using clove powder or clove seed, you can still use this method. Now all you have to do is to get a bowl and then pour water from your 3 liters of water, which is our production water. So you're going to measure like 500 ml of water, pour it into a plate or a cup or any bowl, and then pour the clove powder or the clove seed. Now, if you're using clove seed, I would advise you to use hot water instead of this cold water. But just in case you have enough time, you can just do this overnight. Soak the clove overnight so that it can infuse properly into the water so that it can be able to serve the purpose. So now I'm going to soak this and then I'll allow it to sit for like 5 hours before using it for production. Now the next thing you need is organic soap, which is Ghana black soap. Now it comes in different colors. Sometimes you get a very clear one, just like this one now is looking clearer, and sometimes you get a very dark one, but all you just need is raw organic black soap, and some people call it Ghana black soap. So just get it, and then we're going to dissolve this. Now to dissolve this Ghana black soap, sometimes it will take a while depending on the one you're using. This particular one took about 3 hours to dissolve properly. So all you have to do, if you want to fasten it, you can do this with hot water, or you can just put it in a pot and then pour water and stir until it dissolves properly on the heat. Then you can bring it down. But I really don't want this to go through heat process. I just want to obtain all the benefits from this soap, so I wouldn't want heat. But you can still use heat process if you want, but I just prefer this cold process. So all you have to do is put it into a bowl and then just pour your Ghana black soap and then pour your production water, but just make sure to leave a little bit of water that you're going to use later. Now, if you're using this cold process, you just have to be very patient. Trust when I tell you that it's not going to be easy. Yes, so all you have to do is to soak it in water, and then you can just keep checking, or you can keep stirring until it dissolves completely. And this is after 3 hours. So I kept checking it, I kept stirring until it dissolved completely, and at this point it is ready for use, and also our clove is also ready. So what we're going to do now is to strain it to remove the particles that we don't need for this. Now remember, if you're making this for commercial purpose, you need to be very careful in a way that you need to make this so that it can be very appealing especially if you're making it for commercial purpose. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Now, if you check here, you're going to see the particles, which is why you need to sieve or strain this. So take a look at the particles that comes with this Ghana black soap. Of course, it's a raw soap, is organic soap. So the process is really why it has this type of dirt or particles in it. So there is need for you to take your time and process it in a way that after branding, it will come out very unique. So that's exactly why we're using this process. So just use a tiny sieve, and you can use hanky or anything. I think I used wipes, so I had to wash 3 wipes. Then I use it to place on the sieve in order to make sure that I strain out all the particles, as you can see in the sieve. So this is exactly why you need to strain this properly to make sure that you get a very clean finished product. And after straining, boom, this is what we have. Can you see how beautiful and clean it turned out? Now there is need to make sure you follow this process, especially if you're making it for commercial purpose. Now this is going to be our base, and before we proceed, let's check the pH value. Now remember, we're making hair shampoo and we're using Ghana black soap, which is mostly used as a bathing soap. So there's need to check the pH. Now this is the pH. You can see that the pH is high. This is above 7, which is around 10, and that is alkaline, slightly alkaline, and that is a high pH for hair shampoo. The expected pH value of a hair shampoo is between 4 and 5, which means that this is very low and we need to work on it. But before that, the next ingredient you need is cocoa betaine. But unfortunately, I wasn't having cocoa betaine, so I may do it cocamide. So I used cocamide, but I would advise you to use cocoa betaine. It works better. Yeah, and if you're using cocoa betaine, you can use between 100 to 150 ml. Now, if you're using cocamide, there is need to mix well. Cocamide is really not that soluble when it comes to a high water content product, unless you're using any emulsifying agent that can help to blend it, like Texapon, yeah, or polysorbate. Or let's say you have any ingredient that can help it to mix properly. But if not, make sure to mix well with a stick blender so that it can blend properly well. So that's it. Now, after adding it, the next thing to add is your clove water. Now, you can still add this clove water before the last ingredient, or you can still use this process. So add the clove water and then go ahead and mix it properly. Now, I advise you to add the clove water before the last ingredient. Now, this will help to boost the color, and I'll tell you why. So please pay attention. Now, after adding the clove water, mix properly. Now, this is where you introduce your stick blender if you're using cocamide. So the moment you add your clove water, or the moment you add your cocamide or cocoa betaine, please go in with either a hand whisk or a stick blender. Mix properly well. Now, after that, you can then move on to the next process. Now, this is after mixing well. Now, remember we spoke about the pH earlier, which means that there is need to work on the pH. So the pH value of this Ghana black soap is around 10, which is very high for a hair shampoo. So we're going to work on the pH using citric acid to neutralize the alkalinity. Now, all you have to do is to measure your citric acid, and then you're going to take the water. Remember when we were adding water to dissolve the Ghana black soap, we actually left a little bit of the water. So that's the water we're going to use to dissolve this citric acid. So make sure you dissolve it well. Now, after dissolving it properly, you're going to pour it into the shampoo and mix well. Now, let's go back and check the pH. Now, this is the pH, which is 10-11, and like I said, it's very high for a hair shampoo. So we go in with our citric acid solution, which is a mixture of citric acid and water dissolved properly. Then you pour it into your shampoo, and then you mix well. Now remember when I talked about adding the clove water before the last ingredient. Now this is the reason, because if you add the clove water and then add the citric acid to adjust the pH, it's going to change the color. So, but if you don't mind, you can still use this process. Now this is after adding the citric acid, and here is the pH we have here, which is around 5, and 5 is a neutral pH, so you can leave it between 4 and 5. I think I'm good with 5. Yeah, I'm good with 5. So this is the previous one, and then the final product. So you can see that it's looking brighter now, and that's exactly how it should be. Now, after adjusting the pH of our shampoo, the next thing you need is glycerin, which is a humectant. Now, remember that the Ghana black soap can actually dry off your skin because of the pH, and also because of the ingredients that are used to make the Ghana black soap. So there is need to add a humectant agent like glycerin. So please make sure you add glycerin. Now the next ingredient I have here is xanthan gum, and we're adding this in order to improve the consistency. If you want your shampoo to be thick, you can either reduce the water quantity from 3000 ml to 2000 or 1500 ml. Or it can increase the measurement of the xanthan gum, but it needs to be dissolved in the glycerin because xanthan gum is not soluble in water. So if you pour it directly into the shampoo, it's going to create lumps, and if you try to dissolve it with water, it's going to create lumps. So you need to pour it into your glycerin and dissolve it before pouring it into your shampoo. Now this will help to improve the consistency of your shampoo. Yeah, like I said, if you want it very thick, you can increase the measurement of your xanthan gum, but I didn't want it thick, so I just wanted it to be a little denser than water, not thick and not watery. Yeah, that's exactly what I want. But like I said, if you want it thick, you can increase the measurement of your xanthan gum. But one thing with xanthan gum is with time the consistency will improve more, so be careful not to add too much. Now after the xanthan gum, mix properly, and then you will need castor oil. Now we need castor oil here, but please be careful not to add too much. If you add too much oil, it's going to reduce the foaming effect of your hair shampoo, so please avoid adding too much. You also need vitamin E oil. You can either use vitamin E oil or vitamin E extract or vitamin E capsule. And for the castor oil, you can use any carrier oil of your choice. So it mustn't be castor oil. It can be jojoba oil, rosemary oil, any oil of your choice can go for this, provided it's a carrier oil. Now, the next thing you need is rosemary hydrosol, which you can either use rosemary hydrosol or rosemary leaf or rosemary extract. Now, if you're using the rosemary leaf, you will need to infuse it in hot water with your clove and allow it to sit overnight before using. So that's it. And then you also need tea tree essential oil. So add it and mix it well. Then add your preservative. Now for the preservative, I'm using Liquid Drama Plus. You can use any preservative of your choice. So just add the preservative, mix properly, and then allow it to sit for the bubbles to go down before we add the final ingredient. Now this is after adding the preservative and stirring. This is what we have. Please, if you don't like the consistency, you can add more xanthan gum to make it thick. So that's it. Now this is after allowing it to sit for some time. You can see that the bubbles actually reduced. So the next thing I'll do now is to divide it. Now this is a hair shampoo, and I would like to add peppermint essential oil, or you can add menthol crystal just for that mint feeling. Now the person that ordered for this hair shampoo requested for me to make the one with peppermint oil and without peppermint oil. Reason I had to divide it into two. Now, when I got to her shop, she explained why. She said sometimes when people retouch their hair, if you use a shampoo that has mint in it, like menthol or peppermint, it creates this type of hotness that sometimes you don't like it. So that's why she wanted me to add peppermint in one of the shampoo and then the other one without the mint, so that you can use it to wash up relaxer. So that's it. So I added peppermint and then I mixed And then the next thing I introduce is color. Now, like I said, if you want the color to pop, this is the stage to add your clove water. So if you add the clove water before the color, it's really going to pop very well. It's going to be more beautiful than what you're seeing, and you can even do without adding extra color. Yeah, so that's it. Now this is after adding color. You can see it looks more beautiful now than before. And yeah, this is actually very beautiful. Honestly, I would say that camera is really not doing justice to this. And also this shampoo, let me not even say more, just try it out and I'm very sure you're going to love it. So after adding the color, it turned out really beautiful, and honestly this smells really amazing, especially with that rosemary hydrosol. It smells really amazing. Honestly, anybody you make this shampoo for is going to love it, trust me when I tell you. Now after packaging the one with peppermint, I then added color to the one without peppermint, and then I transferred it into a packaging bottle. Yeah, so I'm going to send it to her like this. So I'm going to give her 1 liter of the one with peppermint, and then 1 liter of the one without peppermint, and then the 500 ml as jara. So that's it. Now you can see that this shampoo forms really well. Just take a look at this. Can you see how creamy? Like, can you see how creamy? Honestly, try this shampoo. Try it, especially for commercial purpose. You can make this, supply it to any salon around you. Trust me, when they use it, they will order for it. You can just make this and then make samples like 100 ml or 250 ml, and then give to some salons around you for adverts. And trust when I tell you that they're going to call you back because it smells really amazing, and this helps to treat dandruff, hair breakage. Like, just try this, and they are going to ask you for more. Just take a look at the bubble. Can you see how foamy? Like, can you see how foamy? Honestly, I've been making this hair shampoo for some couple of salons for like 2 years now, and yeah, they keep asking for more. It's just that I've been the one not advertising it to some other salon, and yeah, you can just give it a try and then leave a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching my lovely giftings. And you guys, my upgrade class is now ready, so if you want to join our dishwashing liquid soap and multi-purpose liquid soap upgrade class, please do well to join now, and I'll see you in class. So friend, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. But before then, stay blessed and keep loving one another. Bye.